My name's Tyler Butcher and I drive an '03 Nissan 350Z. When I was 10, 11, my cousin, he had a 2008 RX-8, and I got to ride in it. He was just driving around town, and then I asked if I could hop in. He said sure. So I got in, we went around, we did some stuff, and then ever since then I was in love with just cars in general. A few years after that, he got a 2006 Corvette Z06, and I drove it. I rode in it for a long time. We took a road trip in it. And then a few years ago, he got an older BMW, and I got to drive that once I learned how to drive stick after I got my first car. And ever since, that whole experience, that's how it started. Well, my first car was a 1999 Mitsubishi Eclipse, and it was a lot of fun, 5-speed manual, all that jazz. But you get tired of cars eventually with speed, and it wasn't that great of fast a car. It was 2-seater, blah blah blah. But then I saw this for sale, and I've always wanted one. It always looked appealing to me with the 2-seater. It just always looked really nice, and I got a really good deal on it, and I couldn't pass it up. So when I bought the car, the person I bought it from, he said it was in an accident at around 30,000 miles from a guy he bought it from, and it was an accident, and it was considered totaled at the time because the whole front end was in pieces and caught fire. So it was a salvage title. He fixed it up so it is runnable, and then he sold it few years later after that to the guy I bought it from, and from then on it got an aftermarket exhaust, a Gemini NVIDIA dual port exhaust, it's got a K&N air filter, it's got Megan headers, it's got probably a bunch of stuff I'm forgetting, and then ever since I got it I haven't touched much of it since then, just getting a better oil, getting better tires. Other than that, I haven't touched it from then. My future plans for the Z is to get it a little bit higher. It's a little too low. Scrapes on just about everything. So I plan on eventually getting it turbocharged to be making almost double the horsepower, maybe even twin turbo. I don't know yet, depending on financial status at the time. But getting different rims, getting different sets of rims, for different seasons. Probably getting it a different paint job or wrapping it in a different color because my older car was silver and so was this one. So something different would be nice. Other than that, it's pretty good the way it is, besides just basic maintenance, keeping stuff up with spark plugs and belts and all that jazz. It's very similar to the way that motorcycles have their own group. Once you start driving a motorcycle or riding a motorcycle, you're part of that motorcycle group. And same thing for cars. Once you get a car, it doesn't matter any car. It can be an old Civic, it can be a Toyota RAV4 if you want. It can be any car, but you can be part of that car scene if you want. And it doesn't matter what you have. You know, some people give you trash talk for some cars you have, but those are just people you don't want to be around. But some of the people that you meet are pretty incredible, and you get really cool stuff from it. My top 3 cars would probably be a Ferrari Enzo, hands down, a Porsche 911 GT2, and then probably a Pagani Zonda. All expensive cars.
Very expensive cars. But you'll get there, right? And then you'll come over and give me a ride in it, right?
We'll see.
Let's see.
See if I get that far.